There is a narrative out there that marriage is difficult.
Yes,
marriage is hard.
yes.
But do you know, marriage is supposed to be fun.
Yes, it should
Supposed
be
to be
enjoyable.
sweet,
You know?
enjoyable.
My love language is not words. I listen.
Yes.
I'm a good listener.
Yeah.
But your actions
Yeah.
will speak louder. And if I cannot trust your actions, I cannot trust your words.
This idea of fathers always telling their kids, follow your mom.
Hey,
who's
to
going
the
to
church.
What sort of a man are you?
Yeah.
Are you a follower or are you a leader? A leader needs to lead from the front. There is no way a young man can come and tell you, I've been struggling with masturbation. He's your son.
Yeah.
This is where you need spiritual approach.
If a man wants something to end in his lineage, if he stands in the gap, because I know women sometimes they have to stand
Yes.
because the men are refusing to stand. Whether me, I'm a hopeless romantic. I love
Yeah.
love. I am such
I
a
know.
baby when it comes to this thing called love. So as much as sometimes y'all be
Yes.
thinking I'm a Taliban, I'm against you. Y'all think I'm just like, yo.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, me, I'm a softie. Hello there, and welcome to another episode of the Kingdom Love Show. And thank you so much, guys, for the feedback that you're getting from you and how much this content has been very transformational, inspirational, and also very helpful to your healing journey and the process that you're in, the season that you're in, and how much God is doing for you in your life. We love to hear great testimonies. And the last 3 shows, they have been quite heavy. It has been intense and all of that. And on this episode, we just wanted to take things a bit easy, And I know a lot of you have these questions. I'm seeing someone, I've met someone, I got my eye on someone, and you're kind of like wondering, how do I get to know whether this is the person for me? Like, how do I get to know whether this is the person that God has sent to me specifically? And let me tell you something, love is a beautiful thing. And I personally love love. And I love to see people in love. I love to see people in healthy, functional relationships, marriages, and just doing it the God way. And on today's episode, we're going to be tackling a lot of those things. But before we get started, please do subscribe if you've not yet subscribed, and turn on your notifications. We upload new episodes each and every Tuesday here on YouTube, and of course you can find us also on all our social media platforms at Kingdom Love Show, where things get hot. And of course I'm not alone. My name is Kush Tracey, and my co-host is Pastor White. When the white is suit, things are about to happen.
That means we are
Actually, when the white is
pure
suit,
vibes.
what English is that?
When the suit is white, it is whiting.
It is a whiting.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
We are here.
Oh yes.
Another day.
Uh-huh.
Another episode.
Imagine.
We are moving
We're on
well.
episode 4 now.
There's nothing so nice like when you have a show that speaks from a kingdom perspective.
Oh yes.
Like
oh, yes.
everything we share, all wisdom, we pick it from the biblical perspective. Because that's how God intends our relationships, our marriages to be.
Yes.
And there is a narrative out there that marriage is difficult.
Yes.
Marriage is hard.
Yes.
But do you know, marriage is supposed to be fun.
Yes. It should
Supposed
be
to be
enjoyable.
sweet,
you know?
enjoyable.
Yeah.
So it's all about understanding this institution created by God Himself. How do we run it? And I'm so excited. I've seen a lot of feedback from the last show. We were talking about ghosting.
Hey. People have been ghosted.
People have been ghosted.
Leo tutawapatia hopes. We're not saying the ghosted,
Yes,
the
yes.
ghosty is not yours. Let the
Yes.
ghosty go. So that
Yes.
the one who's for you
Yes.
will come.
Will come.
Yeah, they need
And
to
then-
find space.
And then there are people that were telling me about the episode we did on cheating.
Yes.
If you haven't watched it, please go watch it.
Oh yes, they need to. That was heavy.
That was heavy.
That was heavy.
That was heavy. And those who
Yeah.
are still looking for the one,
Yes.
we still have an episode on finding the one, finding that person that is meant for you. Bible says that none of this will lack a mate.
Yeah.
The word of the Lord has spoken.
Oh yes. Hallelujah.
Yes, hallelujah.
To all the upcoming weddings,
Yes.
we are prophesying in Jesus' name.
In Jesus' mighty
Yes.
name. We need to also talk to the people that God has brought people in their lives. Bible says that a good wife comes from heaven.
Imagine.
Yes,
I love that
they
verse.
fly from heaven.
Yeah.
And then they are dropped in your house.
Yeah.
You wake up one morning,
You see the way I'm just saying, yeah. All of a sudden, I went in my hopeless romantic state. Without me, I'm a hopeless romantic. I love love.
I know.
I am such a baby when it comes to this thing called love. So as much as sometimes y'all be thinking I'm a Taliban, I'm against you. Y'all think I'm just like, yo. Let me tell you, me, I'm a softie. And I love love.
And that's good to love because there are people that will come into your life and you feel like, wow, this one is heaven sent. If you see someone behaving a certain way, loving you a certain way, appreciating you just the way you like it, someone who understands your love languages. Like, what are your love languages? Like some of the things that
I don't know. I feel like all of them, they have a place. They have a place for me.
Yeah.
I like nice things. I like gifts.
Oh, you're the gift kind.
Yeah, I like gifts. I like quality time. I like quality time and acts of service. Just the small things, you know.
Yes.
But also, I think for me, I'm wired to do acts of service. If I love, I give.
Yes.
Yeah, that's like something that I do. I don't know whether it's what I also love, but I love to serve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
Zingine za hiyo ingine ni gani?
And then there's words of affirmation, and then there is touch. There are people that really connect when they touch.
Kuongelelea touch because I'm not married. But when I get married, that one is top to the list kwa love languages.
But there is a level of touch that is allowed before.
Ni hug tu.
Hata kusalamiana.
Sio nasema lakini hiyo si touch. Sasa mkono ati.
Sasa hiyo si love language.
Unasalimianga hata security ukipatana na yeye watu hujui.
I know, but do you like affirmations?
Really,
do you like when someone says words I love you? Do you like it?
I do, but they don't really. I'm more like action.
Yeah. Wow.
But I think it's from other nimeona mengi. So hearing it is one thing. The hearing compliments. If your actions match up to what you're saying, whole different thing. But if what you're saying does not match up with action, to me it's just but words.
Wow.
Yeah.
Me. I also I'm not so keen on words. Words are okay, but my love language inakuanga chicken. Ukinipikia tu chicken niko tu sawa.
Shwali.
Yes.
Shwali.
That's one thing that excites me the most.
Chicken.
And that's it.
You're too simple for life. Too simple.
So, what we're talking about today.
But on a serious note, what's your love language?
Let me see.
I know service.
I think acts of service.
Kama bestie anajua.
Acts of service are number 1 on my list.
Yeah.
I think touch is also number 2 there. What's the other one?
Words of affirmation.
Gifts, not really that much. It's number 5. Yeah. I think, and then affirmations.
Yeah.
Because
from our conversations, I know acts of service is like number 1.
Yes, that's number 1
for you.
I want to wake up in the morning. I find breakfast in bed right there.
Yeah.
I want someone that can wake up at 2 a.m. in the morning and cook chapo. You know, those type of things. Those are the things that excite me. I want someone that can just say, today I just want to come and just bless you. You know, those are the things that excite people and excite. I don't know. It's personal for me, but there are people that can come into your life. Yeah, they will do things and you'll be like, wow, this is an answered prayer. This is someone that I've been waiting for. And I know when we talk like this, people are thinking, where are those people? Where are those people?
Hatuwaoni.
One time I posted on my Facebook and I said, God will make someone's son to love you. Someone's daughter will appreciate you and care for you. Yeah. And the big question is, where is that someone's daughter? Where is that someone's son? Somewhere. Yeah. So, you know, and one of the things I always say is that when God wants to bless you, first, he will not probably bring you exactly what you're looking for. It's like when he'll probably give you like a tree. Yeah. And then you have to make the chair out of it. But he'll bring you the raw materials. Yes. So sometimes when you see people in your life and they're not 100%, that's a raw material. It's up to you to work on them. That's why people like married men or married women.
Because they've already
been worked on. They've been refined. This man knows how to dress. This man knows how to smell nice. This man knows responsibility. That's why, by the way, you'll notice some men are going for single women and like single parents, like single mothers, because they already know how to take care of a home. They already know.
Yeah, I've had that before.
There's a lot of responsibility. They know that this is how you treat people. They've lost a man before, so they are more keen. And the same thing happens even with the men that are more polished. Yeah. So one thing is that you might not get exactly what you're looking for, but God will bring someone that you can work together, grow together. Yeah. You can polish them, refine them. And sometimes God will bring someone that complements you. People tend to look for similarities, but God will bring someone that will be a strength where you have a weakness. Like you'll notice if you're a very organized person, God will bring a very disorganized person. If you are very a spendthrift, God will bring you someone who is very keen on money and resources. It's always the opposite. Always the opposite. And if you're very talkative, God will bring a very quiet person. You'll never find two quiet people sitting together. Yeah. It's so boring. Can you imagine a date of two quiet people?
So they say unlike poles
attract.
Yeah.
That date would be so boring. Hi, how are you doing? I'm doing okay. And then it ends there.
Yeah, very few people have like those similar dynamics.
Yeah. So it's good to also align yourself that God will bring someone that is different. Yes. In fact, when a partner comes into your life, they're coming in as a helper. God said, it is not good for man to be alone. Yes. I will make him a complementary helper, someone that comes to areas that you are so... That's why sometimes you'll find someone coming, they're like, no, you're overusing money. No, you need to be a bit more organized with this. God is making them. They're not coming to be trouble in your life. Yeah. They're just coming to be a blessing in your life. And so, because God is looking at the future, is looking at where this man is going, you need a very strong person. You need a lion, a tiger that will walk in your life.
Tigress. You told them to become tigress.
Yes. So it's just good to also be very open-minded, because people tend to pick what they think they can control, what they can manipulate, or someone think, this one is in the same level as me. Yeah. This one does not earn more than me. But God will bring someone that he can see. I liked what you said in the other episode, that you shouldn't marry for today. Marry for tomorrow. It's not for now, it's for the days to come. Yeah. And sometimes the days to come, you might be a different person. Oh yeah. There was a friend of mine who was so disappointed. She's a banker. So she got this colleague of hers who is also a banker, and they got married. And she was so happy, because she was thinking, oh my God, we'll be working in the banking system. Maybe one day we'll build a bank together. And then 10 years down the line, the man started shifting into politics. Now she was so frustrated because she was marrying a banker for where they were right there. But she was not seeing that this man was had other ambitions. And so it's just good to know that God will bring someone that you can mold, you can morph together, you can grow together. And they will sharpen you. They will push you a bit more. By the way, if you get married to an extrovert and you're an introvert, it's just a matter of time. It will be rubbing off on you.
That is true.
It will be you'll start now being more talkative. Yeah. And then him, because he was talking too much, he'll start being quieter. Because that's that's the essence.
I want to make noise for my wife.
So, and then after some time, you switch roles. Yeah. You find now you're the talkative one, and now he's the quiet one. That's the fun thing about God. He likes bringing different personalities.
There's always room for you to put in some, like God will give you a blessing, but then he's not like a genie to give you exactly what you want. Yes. He will give you something close to what you want, but he gives you so that you can have the maturity to be able to take care of it, nurture it. Yes. And and take care of it so that it can become what he has shown you.
Yes.
You know, and I think also that also for someone it enables you to grow spiritually, grow emotionally, grow mentally, and grow closer to God, because then you realize with what he's given you, you need him.
Yes.
So that it can still hold together.
100%.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think that's a beautiful thing. I think that's a beautiful
someone
thing.
that challenges you, someone that will push you more. Like, for instance, if you get married to a praying wife, you'll also become a prayerful person. But I always think it's the men who should be more prayerful than the women. I always, there's a video I was talking about why we have more successful women than we have successful men right now. If you go like on the highway, you'll be shocked. Most of the women that are driving, most of the drivers are women, go into this banking halls. I've been to so many corporate events. Even the meeting we went yesterday, it is the women that are in those executive positions. I'll tell you why. It's because the women are more prayerful. The women are more prayerful. And when the men also take the role of prayer, because at the end of the day, you want to be the head of a family, but you also need to lead the way. Be like Isaac. Isaac was so prayerful to a point that when Rebecca was not able to have a child, Bible says that Isaac interceded for his wife. You look at your family, you see you're struggling with some things. Maybe there are diseases in your family. Your wife is struggling with maybe like diabetes. You can just pray and say, you know what? Let's pray. Let's fast until something happens. I've had couples before that were not able to have children. You don't leave someone because they cannot have a child.
And I think that's a very important question.
Yes.
Because I've been in a situation where I asked someone, I was like, because I know sometimes men marry for very funny reasons. So you're just looking for a wife, someone who can cook for you, clean after you, give you children, take care of the house. You know, it's like you don't care about what they want to do themselves, right? And I asked someone and I was like, assuming we get married and I'm not able to give you children, then what happens? I was like, then what happens? So this was a conversation prior. You see, like when you're showing interest. And I was like, assuming I can't have kids. How does that make you feel?
What did he say?
And okay, he gave me a good answer. And I think let me say he gave me, I think he gave me a good answer because he did not want me to walk away. Because I was like, you know, if for you it's you have to, like, I know I'm able to conceive, right? But I was like, I just wanted to hear where he was at, because I know there are things you cannot fully comprehend unless you're truly working with God, right? And for me, I just wanted to hear. So assuming that happens, or it's a struggle, then, and that is like a few years ago, so I wasn't really as deep as I am with God right now. So it was interesting. But then again, as a child, so there was that.
It's okay, man. If you don't get a child, I already have a backup somewhere.
I know. So that was the thing.
It's the thing with Sarah, you know.
I was like, you know, I have one, so
but then men will always use it as an excuse to go have a child.
I know, and I was asking because, you know, sometimes I think it's important to have like serious conversations prior, so that you're able to gauge someone's mindset, where they're at exactly, and also how far how spiritually grown they are. You know. So I think that was interesting. But I think he just gave me an answer that he thought this is a safe answer. She wouldn't be like, okay, cool, bye, deuces.
It's good when you have, you know, anointed, spirit-filled men as fathers, as husbands in their home, because they can speak. They know the power of prophesying. They know the power of leading their family in the journey of faith. Because not everything you can be able to do by your own strength, and so that's one of the things that I believe is a heavenly sent trait.
A man.
Oh
yes. And I think one people should watch out for is you see the way you can have a man who's like, no, kazi ya bibi ni kuomba. Like, we leave the praying to the wives. We leave the church thing to the wife. So the man does all other things, but it's like, you know, you
such
just come
families, such families.
You know, that my wife is the one who prays, who intercedes. But I'm like, she is going to keep on praying because she understands why she needs to pray. And, you know, men ought to pray. And she's praying.
Yeah.
Her prayer does not guarantee you a seat in heaven. That's the
Yes,
thing. Because if you
yes.
don't have a relationship yourself as a man
Yes.
with the Creator,
Yeah.
her prayer does not cover your shortcoming and your ignorance.
Yes, yes,
So I think
yes.
that's also something that people should be quite careful about.
This idea of fathers always telling their kids, follow your mom
Hey,
who's
to
going
the
to
church.
What sort of a man are you?
Yeah.
Are you a follower or are you a leader? A leader needs to lead from the front. There is no way a young man can come and tell you, I've been struggling with masturbation. It's your son.
Yeah.
This is where you need spiritual approach. Some things, when they come and say, you notice a pattern in your family, you notice there are things that are happening, and it's you who can take charge and say, this is a bloodline issue,
Yes.
and I'm going to destroy it.
Yeah.
I'm going to deal with this demon, because if you do not deal with those family demons,
Yeah.
your children will have to deal with those demons.
Yeah.
That's why you'll notice when King David was dying, the first thing he did, he called Solomon and told him, you know what? There are people like Joab that you need to deal with. He was telling him, there are family demons that we have to deal with. And I was not able to deal with them, but you will deal with them. But a good father will ensure you deal with them, so that when your kids come, let them deal with other new demons they bring on board.
Yeah.
They will not deal with the old demons.
Exactly. And I think there's a very big part. Personally, I believe one of the reasons why the enemy is attacking men is because if you take out the head, then the neck does not have the capacity to do what the head can do.
Yes.
Right? But if I attack the men, I get the men into addiction, I get the men into sexual immorality, I get the men into all these other things which are outside of the will of God for their lives, then I'm able to win over the family. Because one, a broken wife, especially women who do not know God, a broken wife then bleeds to the children. So the bleeding begins from the head, from the husband, to the wife, to the kids.
Yes.
And the kids now carry a lot of pain and have a lot of resentment, bitterness, probably a lot of brokenness because of the dysfunction they've seen. And once it gets there, if no one is able to get out of it, then it continues, because they can only give what they have. So if you've created a lineage where it's just brokenness, and I think that's why fathers need to be very careful and to take a stand and to take up that spiritual authority as the head of the family. Because there are things I totally believe. If a man wants something to end in his lineage, if he stands in the gap, because I know women sometimes they have to stand because the men are refusing to stand.
This is the case of Deborah. Deborah was telling Barak, you want to go to war? And Barak said, no, you have to come with me. And he said, if I come with you, I'm going to take the honor. The glory will be to a woman. Sisera will be given to a woman. And that is exactly what's happening. The women now are taking the glory because the men have refused to take charge. One of the things I really appreciate so much about my dad, there are things he saw in our family. He saw a lineage, he saw a pattern, and he said, these patterns, I have to deal with them. And I really appreciate him for that, because I would be dealing with them right now. So my dad discovered we had a pattern. My great-grandmother had diabetes, my grandmother had diabetes, and then he had diabetes. And he looked and said, wow, this is a pattern that needs a man to come in and destroy it. And he started praying. They went into praying and fasting, and that's how diabetes came to an end in our family completely. The other thing, he also noticed there was poverty, because honestly, if you look at my family, my background, very poor, very, very poor. And it's my dad who said, you know what, this pattern has to come to an end. And he's the one that started doing things that changed the trajectory of the entire family. So when you talk about men being prayerful, men being at the forefront, men knowing that this is my responsibility. I don't have to leave it to the woman. And especially when it comes to spiritual warfare, it is the role of men. Most of these people that we meet, even when we go to schools, young girls who are struggling with things, consequences that came from witchcraft. This is an office that a man can stand in and say, I take authority and I'm ending witchcraft in my family, instead of leaving it to the women. So
delegating authority.
Delegating authority.
Because someone doesn't want that
Yes.
spiritual responsibility.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
yeah, men need to like really take it serious,
Yeah.
being the heads, not just by saying it,
Yes.
but by action,
Yes.
in this realm and also in the
Yeah.
spiritual realm.
I agree.
I think it's going to make a whole lot of a difference when
Yes.
it comes to, even how families are working and how families are functioning at the
Yes.
same time.
Yeah.
So we need to get now into the
Yeah.
signs
Yes.
that you're the one that you have is God sent.
Is God sent.
So that those who have good people will not lose them because
Yes.
of ignorance,
Yes.
because of, lack of discernment.
Yes.
And because of pettiness, because
Yes.
sometimes you can lose a good thing because of pettiness as well. Yes.
Because people tend to focus too much on what is wrong with their
Yes.
partner, but they forget there are so many good things
Yes.
their partner is doing.
Yes.
Wait until the day they leave. That's when you will know you have
Yeah.
lost an asset.
Yes.
People will never know the value of someone
Yeah.
until they walk away.
Yes.
So it's good sometimes to talk about things. And if this is your partner, my friend, you're so blessed.
Oh yes.
You're so blessed.
Oh yes. And I'm very sure you can't wait to hear what are
Yes.
some of these signs that you're talking about.
Yeah.
But before we do that, we're going to take a short break, kidogo, and we'll be right back. But before we leave, remember to subscribe to the channel if you've not subscribed yet, and turn on notifications so that you don't miss out on any episode. See you in a bit. Welcome back to the show, and remember this is the Kingdom Love Show, and today we are talking about signs you have a good partner. How do you get to know like you have a good one, like you have a real one in your corner, so that you don't mess it up and get petty and just lack discernment and you end up losing a good thing because you did not see it or recognize it. Remember to subscribe if you haven't yet subscribed. Pastor Sam, so
So
How?
How do we know this type of people?
Yes.
And if you have this type of a person, be thankful. Tell the Lord, thank you so much
Oh yes.
for giving me some person.
My person.
Number one,
Yes.
if you get someone that brings you so much peace, my friend, that's a big blessing. Do you know how many men stay away at work? Because they are scared of going back home. Because whenever you go, you meet your partner, it's chaos and chaos. God is not a God of confusion. God is a God of peace. In fact, when you have a partner that brings so much peace, even when there are storms in your life, you are working and you just call your partner and you feel, oh my God, there's so much peace
Yes.
I'm getting from speaking to my partner. That one is heaven sent.
And that's also important.
Yeah.
Peace is paramount. But then again, we also have to know sometimes the chaos is the person who's staying away. They light it up and then they run away to work.
And then they run away.
Yes. Then like there's no peace at home, but who started the war? You start a war and then you run away from it. So I think there's also a big part of discernment.
Bible says,
That
blessed
should be
are
there.
the peacemakers.
Yes.
Because there are people that will see that there is chaos in the house and they'll just find a way to calm people down.
Oh yes.
Like I see some women that look at their husbands who are complaining, who are arguing, they are shouting, and they're able to calm them down. Able to tell them, relax, let's do this. They know what will bring peace.
Yes.
So also having a partner that also knows
Yes.
how to cultivate peace.
Yes.
That's a blessing.
And I think also having the conversation prior.
Yes.
When you are still even in the dating and getting to know each other,
Yeah.
like you need to know the other person's conflict resolution style.
Yes, yes, yes.
When things are heated up, what do we do?
Yes.
Right? There's a
Yes.
couple that I saw, they said,
Yeah.
they were saying when things get hard, I don't know, they have like this one, I can't remember what it was, but when they say it, they both lie down on the floor and they look at each other. They just lie down like the way children lie down on the floor on their belly and they're looking at each other when they're playing. They just lie down on the floor and they look at each other. Then it becomes so funny. They start laughing. So it takes them like a step back from what was happening and then they're able to talk about it.
It's so
And
nice.
I found that to be very interesting.
Very
Finding just your
interesting.
own way in how you're able to
Calming each other down.
Exactly.
That's
like you
really
just have a
good.
safe word for things are getting out of hand. So when we
Yes.
say this word, all of
Yeah.
us,
Yes.
we take this position.
Yeah.
Then from there we'll pick it up.
Yes.
Yeah.
By the way, sometimes how God will speak to you is through the peace that you carry, because when God comes, his presence brings a lot of peace. Now, there are people you might be in a relationship with, and especially if you're about to get married, and for some reason you're not arguing, you're not fighting, but you have anxiety issues, and you wonder, why is it that anytime I'm with this person, I have this strong feeling of lack of peace? That could also be God speaking to you, you know. But if you have so much peace, even when you're together, that's also an indicator that this person is heaven sent.
That's what I was saying. I was even sharing this. I was saying, I was in a situation where I'd feel so anxious around that person.
Yeah.
And I was like, why am I so anxious?
Yeah.
Why do I feel unsafe?
Yeah.
Why do I feel like I just need to get myself out of here?
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you're having those feelings, especially when you're spending time with that person, and your spirit is sensing something is off and it's just not aligning, you know, just be careful and trust what you're saying.
Trust your
intuition and your discernment. Sometimes
Yes.
it's the Holy Spirit warning you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Number two, if you have a partner that is so keen to support you, so keen to grow you, a partner that wants to make you better than they found you. Bible says that two are better than one.
Yes.
In fact, there are people that will come, they will sharpen you, they will refine you, and they're not intimidated by your growth. Because sometimes you can grow beyond your partner.
Oh, yes.
Things happen.
Oh, yes.
And I see it a lot, especially in some of these places that involve numbers. And you're like, wow, this person seems to be moving so fast. The numbers are growing, the business is growing, and you're like, wow, my partner seems like they've really gone a notch higher. So if they still want to support you, and they actually are happy for you, and they're not trying to bring you down, that's a good partner.
Yeah. And I also think also be careful or pay attention to your friends.
Yeah.
Because sometimes your friends can notice the good or the bad that is rubbing off on you from your partner. Like, you have to be careful. Sometimes you can hear them comments from people who are close to you. Hey, since you were this person, hey, you're radiating, like you have so much joy, your energy is great and all of that. So sometimes the feedback that you also get
also
from
matters.
Exactly, from people who are around you.
There are people who tell you, nowadays
like,
it's like you're not eating.
You're becoming, you're stressed, we're
so
thinking too much. You know? Pay attention. They're talking to you. Sometimes they see what you can't see.
Yes.
They see what you can't see.
The other thing of a partner that is God sent, they're very good in communication and they're honest. You see, especially when their words are aligned to their actions, this is integrity. These are people that will tell you something and they'll do it. They'll tell you, you know what, next month we are doing this. This is what we are going to do as a family. And they actually follow through. That one is God sent. Many people speak, but they don't follow through.
Hey, PR, propaganda. Hey, that's what I was saying, even for me. My love language is not words. I listen. I'm a good listener. But your actions will speak louder. And if I cannot trust your actions, I cannot trust your words.
I agree.
You know, there has to be, one has to give.
One has to give. The other one that is so important is when you have someone that can maintain boundaries. They know that you are in a relationship together. They know there are things I cannot do. For instance, assuming you are the kind that you speak, like for me, I'm a pastor, so I speak a lot to a lot of people. But there are things that I have to look at and say, you know what? As a pastor, I know I am permitted to do this, but Paul said there are things that you do, you're allowed, but they will not benefit you.
They're not beneficial. They're permissible, but not beneficial.
So it's up to you to also think, what boundaries can I keep because I have a partner? What are the things I cannot indulge in? That's you'll notice there's some, like the couple we went to visit yesterday. Oh my God, I was so happy. The husband and wife work together, same office. If anyone has to come and pitch, it has to be to the two of them. Because they're trying to maintain boundaries. Because you see, when your empire is growing, that's when you are at risk of falling. The higher you go, when you fall, it's going to be tougher. It's like someone who falls off from first floor. They will get hurt, maybe with broken bones here and there. But the one that falls from the 9th floor, that one has no chance. That one is going to die.
Yeah.
So what happens is in life, the higher you keep going, there are boundaries that you need to tighten. There are things you cannot do.
True. Yes.
Yeah. So also when you have a partner that is so keen, knowing as the Bible says that marriage is to be held in honor, you have to ensure you keep it pure. So those are very important things.
Oh,
They
yes.
know that this person, I have to
yes.
call them all the time, I have to engage them all the time. Yeah, very important. Boundaries,
Muhimu.
very important. The other one is consistency. Consistency. Someone that will be with you. And I told you can tell consistency from far.
Yeah.
Look at their history of work, their career patterns. How long do they stay in a company? How long can they stay in a certain church? How long can they maintain friends? If you have people that have friends from way long time ago, people that also are consistent with the activities, especially when I meet people, I ask them, how long have you been doing this? I meet young men who tell me, I have a vision.
Yes.
I want to do this. And I
Yes.
ask them, how long have you done this thing? If you notice consistency, that's someone you can trust. That's when you hear of organizations that have been there for more than 20 years.
Yes.
40 years. You hear of a couple that have been together for more than 40 years. You'll trust them. Because they're showing consistency.
Yeah. They are good with the long-term stuff.
Yes.
That is so true.
Yes.
That is so true.
The other one that is very important is people that can forgive easily.
Yeah.
People sometimes carry bitterness,
Oh, yes.
carry
Oh,
pain,
yes. Oh, yes.
and it's very hard to forgive.
Yes.
There's a couple I've been speaking to. Oh my God, that couple, for some reason, they have refused to forgive each other. They keep reminding each other of the things they did in the past. You try and discuss something, and the next thing they remind you, like 5 years ago, but he did this. He's been doing this for 5 years. It's like they keep a record of all wrongs. They have like a list of everything that you do. So if you have someone that cannot forgive, Bible says love covers a multitude of sins.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't need someone that will always take you back to
Yeah.
Egypt. You have left Egypt.
Yeah.
Who you are yesterday is not who you are right now.
Yeah.
Because people will judge you based on your past. The Tracey of 3 years ago is not the Tracey of 2025. Can you imagine someone judging you based on what you are 10
Yeah.
years ago?
Yeah.
Very
That is-
unfair.
yeah, it is very unfair. I'd say like
Yeah.
at the end of it,
Yeah.
it's good to look at where you are today. What is the problem you're having right now?
Yeah.
Is it something that has been recurring?
Yes.
Right? Is it something that you've tried to deal with, but it seems like it's a dead end?
Yeah.
You know, there are those problems where you're trying to deal with this thing, but it's like this person is not willing to change, not ready
Yes.
to change.
Yes.
You know, they're just there. They're not
Yeah.
willing to do really anything about it. So
Yeah.
also just being discerning to know
Yeah.
when someone is actually willing to change, willing to put in the work, willing to put in the effort, and when they're resistant to the idea of doing better, that they're, they become complacent and they're good
Yeah.
with the space they're in and the season that they're in. So also having that understanding, you could be dealing with someone,
Yeah.
like I think, was it cheating? We were talking,
Yeah.
I think episode 2 we're talking about the people who serial cheaters.
Yes. They're
This
always
thing-
doing it.
all the time. In 1 year you can have 3 different cases. Next year the same thing, 2 cases. This is habitual. This is a habit you're dealing with.
Yes.
This is not about I made a mistake. This is something that they
Yeah.
love to do.
Yeah.
They're drawn to do it. They're excited about doing it. And that's why they're still doing
it all
even
the-
when they know that it hurts you.
And
They don't
if,
care.
if you do it consistently for too long,
Yes.
no, it shifts from a habit to
Yes.
a stronghold.
Yes.
And that one will take even a spiritual angle to change it. And a lot of discipline especially. But we definitely need people that are willing to grow, develop, and be different, because it's also an individual, effort.
Yeah.
I can't be the same as last year.
There are people
I
just
have to
want
improve.
same. That's why I'm saying, even for
Yeah.
me, I'm like, every year there has to be just improvement in
Yes.
one way or another.
Yes.
You know, that stagnation and being comfortable in stagnation is a whole different thing.
Yes. Yes.
I don't think it's good. That's why people need to focus also on their personal growth and personal development.
Yes.
It's very important.
Very important.
Yeah.
Now, there are many other things that can show that someone is heaven sent, but this is the most important one. If you have a partner that leads you closer to Jesus, because there are people that you start dating and you lose your vision.
Oh, yes.
You lose your purpose.
Even your calling. Yeah,
Even your calling. And sometimes you allow other people's callings to swallow yours.
Yes.
And you know, I've seen it in churches. God has called you like as a prophet. God has called you like in the ministry of women. God has called you. Then because you've been married by someone who seems to have a bigger ministry, you find you have wrapped up your thing and now it's taken over. But at the same time, the idea of someone that pushes you to have a better relationship with Jesus is very important.
Oh, yes.
Very important. Someone that makes you go deeper.
Yeah.
Like you are spending more time with God. Intimacy. You've met people who say, hey, since I met this person, I seem to have loved Jesus even more. Even you see their gifts are being fanned.
Yes.
You know. So that's a very important part.
Being with someone who fans your flame, you know.
Fans your
They're
flame.
just adding their wood, you know. They're making
Yes.
sure the fire is still going, you know.
Yes,
The fire
yes.
never runs out.
Yes.
Right? And they keep you in check as well.
Yes.
You know, and sometimes it can be uncomfortable, especially
Yeah.
when you have like a partner
Yeah.
who sees potential in you and they
Yeah.
want you to tap into it. And you could be scared, but
Yeah.
your partner will be like, I know you can do this.
Yes.
You know? So it might get uncomfortable and you might feel like pressure, but sometimes it's because they see it
They
in you.
see potential in you,
Exactly,
yeah.
but you're the one who's not seeing it. So also don't be afraid when you have a partner who's pushing you into becoming a better you because they believe you can. You know, you might be scared and decide, hey, this one has pressure. Let me get someone who does not pressure me to step up and to do
Yes,
better.
yes,
You know?
yes.
I decide, let me just get someone who's just chilled.
I agree.
Someone
I
who
agree.
just, you know, I think that is very, very important. You know, someone who draws you closer to the Lord, not takes you away from the cross.
100%.
Yeah. That is someone who wants you to go to heaven, yeah.
Yeah.
Like what else? You know, you can be given everything in this life.
Yes.
But someone who wants you to go to heaven.
Yeah. One of the questions I ask people when I meet them is, what's your purpose in life? Where do you feel God has called you into?
Yeah.
And then now trying to be part of that, trying to help them to go there, because fulfillment comes when you're able to do what God has intended for you. And people need to listen to each other. I see even pastors' wives, sometimes they lose themselves. You know, it's very easy to go to a church and make it like a common thing, a routine, but you're not growing in faith because every Sunday it's the same.
Yeah.
You know, you're doing the same things, but everyone needs to grow. Even the pastors themselves, they need to grow. Everyone needs to go higher and deeper and better. So it's just also having someone who is so keen on your spiritual growth.
Yeah.
The same way you have mentors. You have a mentor that can mentor you in finances. You have a mentor, a life coach like you, or mentors that can, you know, on relationships. But now when it comes to even spiritual, you also need people that you can talk and they can tell you, I think what you're doing is good, because sometimes people tend to think spiritual growth is only reliant on yourself and God. But God also wants other people to be involved in your spiritual journey. Tell me a quick example. When Saul, now who became Paul, when he met Jesus, had an encounter with Jesus, why did Jesus insist, go speak to Ananias, he'll tell you what you need to do? If it was just between Paul and Jesus, he would have told him everything he needed to do.
Yes.
But he needed to send him to someone.
Yes.
You always need other people in your spiritual growth. And the Bible says, where 2 or 3 gather in my name, I'm present. So he doesn't say where you are alone.
Yes.
Of course, he will come even to you, but there's a blessing that comes when you're with other brethren, with other people that you can grow together. And so when you have a partner that is also keen on your spiritual growth, God also wants that. Where there's unity, he commands a blessing. God always is looking for people that can take each other to the next level. the next level. And when you get a partner that wants to be your accountability partner in spiritual things, that's a big blessing.
Oh, yes.
That's why God will provide even pastors, He'll provide apostles, because all this, He says, I have given you men according to my wisdom. The essence is so that they can nurture you, they can feed you, they can make you stronger in faith. And I think it's very good when you have a partner who can be a blessing in your life in that area. You need Jesus, but you also need people that love Jesus.
Literally, how can two walk together?
Yes.
Unless they agree.
Unless they agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bit hectic and problematic. And there's going to be quite some friction if they're not careful.
Yes.
But now we need to move on to the last segment of the show.
Yes.
This is hashtag, Ask Sam and Kush.
Yes.
Where you get to throw in your questions, you get to send in your feedback and whatever it is issue you're dealing with, and we are able to give you counsel and also speak, a word of hope, depending with what it is. And you can send us an email or use the WhatsApp number just running down below somewhere here. You can use that. So today's question, we have Daniel from Busia Nasema. My girlfriend challenges me to pray, grow in my career, and even fast. At times I feel pressured, but deep down I know she wants the best for me. Is this what support from a godly partner looks like? You have good problems.
Yeah.
Someone who's challenging you to pray.
Yes.
To fast and to grow in your career. My brother,
that's a good one. You should be rejoicing.
Yes, if God confirms it, wife her.
Yes.
You got a wife.
And be quick.
Very fast.
Stop wasting time.
Now the problem is with bread. If your friends who know you're just there,
you'll miss that opportunity.
Yes.
Move fast before they discover.
I want to say this, like growth is not always comfortable, but it's always fruitful in the end. Like it takes time, but it's going to be fruitful. So, grow. And we have someone else. This is Sarah from Arusha. I was in a relationship where the guy will disappear and reappear, but now I'm with someone who is consistent in calls, visits, and words.
Wow.
How important is consistency in knowing they are heaven sent? Have we not answered this?
Consistency, very important.
And I say this is where people need to be very careful about chemistry. Sometimes chemistry is the mwaki, the fire, the excitement part of it.
Yeah.
But chemistry cannot sustain a relationship. It's the consistency, choosing to show up each and every day.
Chemistry is chemicals.
Yeah.
And some of these chemicals,
they burn.
Sometimes there's no love. You wake up and you look at your
chemistry
partner and you feel like killing them, but you're like, you know what?
So chemistry plays a very small part in holding it together. So there has to be consistency, showing up every day, choosing to do right by your partner, choosing to stand by them and to just be a person of your word.
I like that.
And to be honest.
Marriage is more about consistency. It's about discipline.
This is self-control.
You know what you're saying is very important, because not every day you look at your partner and feel like you want them.
Yes.
Sometimes you feel like you want to kill them, eradicate them from this planet, But you're consistent.
Yes.
You made an oath, you will love them till the day you die. And there's someone who was saying that cheating is a choice. It's a choice that you make. Faithfulness is a choice.
Yes.
You can decide that I will stick to this person for the rest of my life.
Yes.
Or you can decide, you know what, I will walk out. Because the truth of the matter is, you will find men who are more handsome than your husband. And the same way, and men who are even more advanced, more successful, men who seem to be more intellectual, men who seem to be smarter than your husband. But it's a choice you made and said, I will be with this person, I will not change, and I'll be consistent.
Yes.
The same thing will happen. The men will find ladies who are more cuter, they have a better shape, they seem to speak better, they're more kinder, they're more friendly. But you still insist, I choose this woman.
That's why it's covenant.
It's a covenant.
It's covenant with God.
Yes.
I have a covenant with God.
Yeah.
And in respect to that covenant and in obedience to that covenant, I get to respect my husband, to honor my husband, regardless of whichever man that I will meet, that I'll think he might be better than my husband. But because of the covenant, I stand by the covenant.
That's good.
Not my feelings. So I think also people need to be very careful.
Repeat that part.
What have I said?
That's a heavy one.
The part of the covenant.
Covenant, not your feelings.
Yeah,
because there are days you wake up, you won't feel the same.
Yeah, and your feelings are like everywhere. Everywhere. You're like, I don't even want to be in this space, you know? But that's why people have to remember the covenant is between you and God. The covenant is between you, God, and your partner.
Yes.
And all of you are accountable to that covenant that you made in front of God. But I think mostly people just read vows and they just move on. They don't really think about it. And they don't really consider what they're saying. It's just a religious thing that has been done before. So they also take part in doing it. And that's why they're missing it.
Consistency.
Consistency muhimu.
Then
we have calmness. Awesome. We have someone else. John, he's 35 from Nairobi, says, my fiancé and I argue sometimes, but she always comes back with calmness and willingness to resolve issues. Does handling conflict maturely mean she's truly from God? My ex was dramatic about everything. Oh no, that is like my ex was dramatic about everything, but now the current one, she's very mature and willing to deal with situations.
Wow.
So
wow, maturity. I told you, even how you deal with your emotions. But then there are things I have taught myself. How I feel right now does not mean I should act now. There's someone who might send me a message. And I can get so irritated and angry. And I feel like I should respond and tell them, this is how you deal with me. But I have made up, I have a system where I give myself 3 days before I respond to such a message. Anything that triggers me, I'll give myself 3 days. On the 3rd day, I realized that I have no anger, I have no emotions, and so I respond from a point of logic, not from a point of anger and emotions, So I think maturity really matters. Not everything should be dealt with immediately.
Some things just...
There are things that will happen in the house. Give the time. You don't have to deal with it today. In fact, you can say, this thing, it's Friday. I'll talk about it on Monday. That's maturity. And then there are some things that you don't even need to negotiate with words.
Or actions. Speak louder.
There are things, I keep telling married couples, there are arguments that you solve through intimacy.
Sometimes it's just the lack of intimacy. That leads to these petty issues. So sometimes you could consider.
By the way, this is something that is scientifically proven. How a man thinks before intimacy and how he thinks after intimacy are two different things. Different things. Look, if you ever want to know your man, the true man is one that will, after intimacy, look at how he behaves. Before intimacy, he's all over the place. He's telling you things. He's acting so friendly. And then after intimacy, how he acts, that's now your man.
Because he's already gotten what he wanted.
And
what
so
he needed, if you're in marriage.
And the same case even to women. Sometimes there are things they argue, they're looking for attention, they act funny. But now after that happens, that's what I'm saying. There are things you don't rush. It's emotional maturity. Things you deal with slowly.
Pole. Because we say this conflict is inevitable. It's always going to be there in one shape, form, or both, depending. But then maturity is optional. You get to choose. Am I going to be a mature person? Am I going to be an immature person? So you get to decide the kind of a person that you want to be. So, conflict...
And this idea of people wanting to break up every minute, they need to stop it.
Exhausting.
Like every minute you're scaring your husband. I'm leaving just because you have a conflict. My friend, watch your words. Don't be so quick. There are ladies that break up with their husbands 7 times in a day. Something small happens, no, we are done. Then they get back together. No, I'm walking out. But then the more you keep threatening to walk out, one day you will walk out. The more you keep threatening divorce, there are words that should never come out of your mouth, especially when you have your partner. Avoid such words like divorce. I'll leave you. I'll divorce you. Those words become reality. You need to be careful with the words that you use. In fact, I tell people, if you are going through a tough time in your relationship, speak the opposite. speak the direct opposite.
Literally.
If this person is kicking you out, say, my marriage is stable. My marriage will survive. Speak the opposite. Did you see that story of the young man who came from the US Embassy? So he went, he had just gone to apply for visa, and this young man was rejected. The visa was denied. And when he was walking out, he picked his phone. He was crying. He was saying, oh my God, I just came from the embassy and my visa has been denied. But what I loved about him, he's speaking the opposite. He said, I might have been denied today, but I will travel the world. I will visit all the corners of this world. One day I'll be proclaiming the gospel of Jesus in every part of this world. I was shocked. You'd expect him to be so angry, calling the embassy names, but instead, he was proclaiming that he will still travel, no matter what.
Yes.
In the midst of your struggles in your marriage, in your relationship, speak good things. My husband has ghosted you. Say, I have great communication in my marriage. Things are working so well in my marriage. Speak, because what you speak is what becomes. Your children are acting funny. They've gone into drugs. They've gone on the other side of the fence. My friend, speak. My children are straight. My children will not embarrass me. My children make us proud. Speak good things. Yeah, so I think very important things. You need
literally the power is
Yeah.
in your tongue. You know, you
Yes.
speak life or you
Yes.
speak death.
Yes.
So, you know, speak a word of hope in whatever situation that you're in.
Yes,
You
yes.
know. Hey, we've come to the end of the show. Yani, time imekimbia hiyo design.
Kabisa.
You know? And anyway, guys, you do know, right? Each and every Friday, we meet at the JCC City Altar along Tomboya Street, just next to Archives. For Nairobi Encounters, you are very much welcome. Come for the in-person service that we normally have. Pastor Sam will be there ministering. I myself will be there as well, teaching. So be sure to stop by if you have time. And sometimes you just need to make time. You know what I'm saying? So God bless you. Have a beautiful week. See you next week. Same time, same place. And, you know, just share your testimony with us. Let us know what the Lord is doing in your life. And again, we wish you nothing but the best. Keep on aligning and drawing closer to the Lord. Hallelujah. God bless you. Bye-bye.